This is the impact of more than 3 years of war. The city of Sa'da, a stronghold for Houthi fighters, was once known as Yemen's breadbasket. Much of it is now destroyed. People are desperate and on the brink of a famine. Roads and bridges have not been spared either, limiting the supply of vital supplies of food and fuel to a population already suffering. Malnutrition is at an all-time high. At a teen shack that now serves as a temporary health center, acutely malnourished children are fed high-protein, peanut-based food.
The women are scared to death. Every hour we see a plane. I'm not exaggerating at all. We wish for peace and safety.
But the prospect of peace in Yemen remains ever more distant. Relentless efforts by the UN to broker peace have failed. On one side are the Houthi rebels trying hard to keep control of huge swathes of the country. On the other, pro-government militias backed by the Saudi-UAE coalition. In recent days, they have intensified their attempts to wrestle control of the vital port of Hodeidah from Houthi fighters. The city has been heavily militarized, forcing half of its population to flee. Controlling Hodeidah is important to both sides. It's the main entry point for much-needed aid and most imports into Yemen. This is Wit from Australia.
More than anything else, the Yemeni people now desperately need peace. With peace and stability, we can start to get people back on their feet, start to rebuild their livelihoods.
There are fears any escalation in the fighting could cause a shutdown of the vital port, causing further devastation in what is already the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Some 22 million people in Yemen need aid. Many of the war displaced have no way of surviving without food handouts. And there are fears too over outbreak of diseases. Coalition airstrikes have destroyed Yemen's water and sanitation facilities, something that's already caused an outbreak of cholera. The UN now says the country could be one airstrike away from another outbreak of the fatal disease. Mohammed, Adow, Al Jazeera, Djibouti.